Alright, so we got a banger here. So it's Michel Pereira versus Niko Price. So Michel Pereira, he's got the 1 inch height advantage, but he gives up 3 inches in reach. How long in reach? Leg reach, nothing. Alright. So I'll break down the strike into these two. So for Niko Price, he likes to stalk his opponent. You know, he's just kind of a he just walks forward and he throws a lot of variety. He's not super great defensively, but you know, the guy throws a lot of variety. He won't stop coming forward. He likes to teep to the body to like continue that forward momentum, and then you know looks for low calf kicks at distance. Kind of pitter patter with a lot of his kicks in the stalemate fights, like the one in just the kicks he was throwing in the Donald Cerrone fight. They didn't have too much behind him, but you know they were scoring points, and that's how he won the fight. And I think he's going to be at a pretty big speed disadvantage here against Michel Pereira. Michel Pereira, very explosive, likes to use a lot of feints, has that capoeira background, likes that capoeira movement, likes that blitz 1-2, just the 1-2 at distance as well. But he can overextend a lot, and that could leave openings for Niko Price for like clenching up and, you know, knees to the body, elbows up top. But Michel Pereira, he has a nice clinching game as well, and he's also just very strong individual. But for Niko Price, you know, his hands aren't the best. He'll throw a 1-2, but it isn't like in quick succession. It's not like bang bang. It's like bang bang. It's just not quick. Hand speed isn't very quick, and also a huge telegraph on all of his hooks and all of his overhands. He telegraphs them so egregiously that Donald Cerrone, who never moves his head, was rolling under a lot of these strikes, looking like Muhammad Ali out there in their fight. But also, you can just hang out in boxing range too long after throwing, you know, his boxing combinations, or just when he throws a jab or whatever, and that's where he gets caught. And I think Pereira is going to look to catch him there as well, because what Pereira is very good at, he's very good at that pull straight right. I think he hit it a few, like 5-10 times or whatever on Zalim Imadaev. Like he just gets out of the way and then comes back with a straight right, and that's because of his athleticism allows him to do that, and also his speed, his natural speed and his natural athleticism. So yeah, the guy is just super quick. He's going to be a lot quicker than Niko Price, and yeah, I can see that pull too landing quite a bit. Quickly break down the grappling of these two. So for Pereira, he likes to keep it on the feet for the most part, but he will go for a blast double just to mix it in when the opponent's near the fence. For Niko Price, his takedowns are the best. He tries to muscle down a lot of his takedowns, not using the most optimal technique, but yeah, it is what it is. And when he gets on top, he leaves a lot of space. He leaves, he's just got very loose top control. And if you flip him over or, stuff a takedown of his, and he ends up on bottom, or in a scramble he ends up on bottom, like, he just gives up his back to get up. He just seems like a fish out of water off his back, like he doesn't seem to know what to do. Has had a few meme or just, very low percentage KOs from bottom position. But, that's not going to work when you work your way up the ranks. How these guys win fights, so for Price, it's the raw athleticism. I think that helps with defending takedowns, but also the natural power that he can, change the fight with. And I think I can put down the same attribute in Pereira's column as well. Both are very, good athletes, have a lot of athleticism. But Price, he has good volume. He does gas, but he fights through fatigue quite well. And how these guys lose fights, so for Pereira, it's, I guess, the antics. Obviously you got to mention those. And for Niko Price, it's the strike and defense. His chin's in the air constantly. His hands are low at basically all times. And it's the striker tendencies and the grappling tendencies that we discussed before. For path to victory for these two, sorry. For Niko Price, it's volume. Volume's the name of the game here. I think if you just keep touching him at distance, in between the exchanges when he's trying to recover and use his footwork, you got to keep throwing out those kicks. Volume on low kicks. Pereira's very hard to hit upstairs. Volume on leg kicks, body kicks. You'll slow him momentarily if you do kick his legs, which was something I noticed in the Chaos Williams fight, where when Chaos was kicking Pereira's legs, his movement would slow a little bit and, take a second to just recalibrate. So I think, volume on the leg kicks, volume on the body kicks. And also, when you do clinch up, look for volume in the clinch. As I said, volume is the word of the day for you. Alright, so for Michel Pereira, look to be elusive, make him miss a lot, utilize a lot of feints, get him on the back foot. If he's going to be overextending, and if you get the read of it, I really don't mind a flying knee. You know, when he overextends, if you get the read of how far he's overextending, and also you don't feel a takedown threat, then yeah, flying knee for sure. Leg kicks also, you know, Niko's base is very low, so I think you can look for leg kicks. And when he does try and clinch up, look to punish him in the clinch. Don't let him get comfortable in tying up whenever you guys are close. So look to punish him, make sure he doesn't want to tie up for the next time. Look to mix in takedowns as well. Get in top position, beat him up there, take the back if he does give it to get back up to his feet. How I see the fight going, so I believe the bigger cage will definitely favour Michel Pereira and his movement. You know, Niko Price, very flat-footed, and I believe Pereira, he could just run circles around him in the 30-foot octagon. Big speed advantage too for Michel Pereira. Could potentially style him for the entirety of the fight if he has his head screwed on, you know, correctly. Also if his cardio allows him, and we'll get into that in a sec, but also, you know, if his head's in the game. Because fans will be back, so, you know, is he going to go crazy again? Like, I feel like you could take him down and just ground and pound him and just pound him out, honestly. But, you know, it's hard to trust this guy to do that. I just want to see a little bit more from the game planning side and the fight IQ side of Pereira, just before I even think about betting him or, you know, doing anything crazy money-wise with him. Like, Niko is very bad off his back, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu-wise and get-ups-wise, and technical get-up-wise. Like, it's very easy to pass his guard, very easy to control him on the mat. Obviously need to watch out for those, like, explosive striking, or the explosive strikes that he throws off his back, but, you know, like up kicks, hammer fists, in a scramble, blah, blah, all that kind of stuff. But they're very low percentage techniques. And decent top players, they're going to punish you for those decisions and, you know, pass your guard and pound you out from there and, you know, do some real damage as well. But I think it's clear to see that Michel Pereira is fighting a lot more intelligently now, especially with respect to his gas tank. Less dumb capoeira techniques, less kicks off the cage, less going crazy. I think Niko is going to be a litmus test, or a good litmus test, for the cardio and the heart of Michel Pereira, because Niko, he won't stop coming forward, and he won't stop throwing shit at Pereira. So I think it's going to test the heart, it's going to test the cardio of Pereira, and this is the fight where I'm probably going to decide my opinion on Pereira. Hopefully it doesn't finish early, but, you know, I'm hoping for a lot of questions to be answered for me. Anyway, overall, I do believe Pereira is the better fighter, but his output does concern me a little bit. Michel's last 3 opponents don't push anywhere near as close of a pace that Niko is going to put on Michel Pereira in this fight. They basically allowed him to fight in cruise control and just pick his shots at will. Like, Niko isn't going to let Pereira dictate the pace. He isn't the best fighter technically, is Niko Price, but he's a dog. You know, he's not going to stop coming forward, and he's not going to stop throwing the kitchen sink at Michel Pereira. So, yeah, I'm excited to watch this fight. It's going to be a great one. All right, we'll get into the prediction and the bets. All right, guys. So I'm trying to grow the channel. So could you please like and subscribe, and that really helps the algorithm out. Tries to get the channel out a bit more. Because yeah, right now I'm trying to get some more views on these videos and try to grow the channel a bit more than it already, you know, is at the moment. So yeah, prediction is Michel Pereira by TKO. I think he, you know, I think he knocks Price out, is all I'm trying to say. Bets I was looking at was Niko Price at like $1.45, or $2.45 or plus 145. Like, he isn't someone that you can pick to win a fight, because he's generally losing until he isn't, and skill for skill, he's just basically outmatched by anyone that he's matched up with in welterweight. But it's the intangibles that he brings, and it's something you really can't put a finger on. But he's a dog, and he just won't stop coming forward, and the volume of Pereira does concern me a little bit. But yeah, I'm also looking to maybe even live bet Niko Price after round 1. You know, if Pereira is expending a lot of energy and Niko is connecting a little bit and is making it competitive, I might look to live bet Niko Price. But yeah, should be a fun fight. Probably not even going to bet it. I'm just going to watch it. But yeah, great fight.